We live in a world yearning for healing. We yearn for connection. We yearn for a sense of purpose that transcends our individual lives. Spirituality offers us a path to that deeper meaning. It reminds us that we are not isolated beings, but rather threads in a magnificent tapestry of life. And just as we cultivate our inner world through prayer, meditation, or acts of kindness, we are also called to engage with the world around us. Voting is one of the most powerful ways we can do this. It is a sacred act, a testament to our commitment to our communities and to the planet we share. When we approach voting with a spiritual mindset, we elevate it beyond a mere civic duty. It becomes an act of love, a prayer for justice, a stand for equality. It's a recognition that our choices ripple outward, impacting not only ourselves but generations to come. This is the essence of our interconnectedness, the understanding that we are all part of something much greater than ourselves. In the voting booth, we have the opportunity to shape our world, to move it closer to the light of our highest ideals. Spirituality begins with an inward journey. It asks us to look within, to connect with the deepest part of ourselves, the part that yearns for meaning and purpose. This inner journey is essential if we hope to create a more just and compassionate world. When we take the time to connect with our own hearts, we begin to hear the whispers of our conscience. We begin to see the world through eyes of empathy and understanding. Our intuition guides us. It speaks to us of right and wrong, of fairness and injustice. It reminds us that every human being deserves dignity and respect. By nurturing this inner voice, we cultivate the compassion and clarity needed to make responsible choices, not just for ourselves, but for the collective good. This is the foundation of ethical living. It is also the foundation of responsible citizenship. Spirituality teaches us that we are all interconnected. It dissolves the illusion of separation. It reminds us that we are all part of one human family, sharing this precious planet we call home. When we truly embrace this interconnectedness, our circle of compassion expands. We begin to see the struggles of others as our own. We recognize that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. This understanding is essential when it comes to voting. We are not just casting a ballot for ourselves. We are casting a ballot for the marginalized, the oppressed, the forgotten. We are casting a ballot for those who are struggling to make their voices heard. We are casting a ballot for the generations yet to come, who will inherit the world we leave behind. Spirituality is not a passive pursuit. It is a call to action. It compels us to stand up for what is right, to speak out against injustice, to be a force for good in the world. When we see suffering, we are called to alleviate it. When we see inequality, we are called to challenge it. When we see systems that perpetuate harm, we are called to dismantle them. Voting is one of the most powerful tools we have to create a more just and equitable world. It is a way to hold our leaders accountable, to demand policies that reflect our values, to shift the course of history towards justice. Our vote is our voice. It is a declaration of our values. It is a commitment to creating a world that reflects the love and compassion we know is possible. Section 5. Our collective voice, the power of united action. One voice may seem small, easily lost in the clamor of the world, but when we join our voices together, something extraordinary happens. We create a chorus of hope, a symphony of change that cannot be ignored. Spirituality reminds us that we are not alone in our longing for a better world. Millions of hearts beat with the same desire for peace, for justice, for a future where all beings can thrive. When we vote, we are adding our energy to this collective force for good. We are lending our light to the illumination of a path towards a brighter future. Every vote is a prayer, an affirmation that we believe in the power of love to overcome hate, of hope to triumph over despair. Together, our votes have the power to create real and lasting change. Section 6. Beyond policies and platforms. Voting as an act of love. It's easy to get caught up in the debates and the rhetoric, the policies and the platforms. But at its core, voting is not about politics. It is about love. It is about our love for our communities, our love for our country, our love for humanity, and our love for the planet. It is an expression of our deepest values, a reflection of who we are at our core. When we approach voting with a heart filled with love, our choices become clear. We are naturally drawn to candidates and policies that promote peace, justice, equality, and compassion. We are inspired to create a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, to reach their full potential, and to contribute their unique gifts to the tapestry of life. Section 7. Honoring the past, shaping the future, a legacy of courage. The right to vote is a sacred trust, hard-won by generations who came before us. Countless individuals fought, bled, and died to ensure that we have a voice in our government. They understood that democracy is not a spectator sport. It requires active participation, a willingness to engage in the sometimes messy, often challenging, but ultimately rewarding work of self-governance. When we cast our vote, we honor their sacrifices. We acknowledge the debt we owe to those who came before us. We recognize that the freedoms we enjoy today were not free. They were purchased at a great price. And we pledge to continue their legacy of courage, to keep the flame of democracy burning brightly for generations to come. Section 8. The Seeds of Hope. Planting visions of a brighter tomorrow. Every vote is a seed of hope planted in the fertile ground of possibility. It is an act of faith in the power of collective action to create a better future. We may not see the fruits of our labor immediately. Change can be slow, often unfolding in ways we cannot predict. But every act of courage, every stand for justice, every vote cast with love, plants a seed that will eventually blossom into a more beautiful world. Imagine a world where every child has access to quality education, where healthcare is a right, not a privilege, where poverty is a relic of the past, and where we live in harmony with nature. This is the world we are creating, one vote at a time. Let us approach the ballot box with hearts full of hope, knowing that we are co-creating a future worthy of our highest aspirations. Section 9. A Tapestry of Voices, Embracing Diversity, Celebrating Unity. Our world is a magnificent tapestry of cultures, beliefs, and experiences. Each thread, each color, each texture contributes to the beauty and richness of the whole. Our diversity is our strength. It is a source of creativity, innovation, and resilience. When we embrace our differences, we open ourselves to a world of possibilities. In the voting booth, we have the opportunity to celebrate this diversity. We can elect leaders who reflect the richness of our communities, who understand the needs of all people, and who are committed to creating a society where everyone feels seen, heard, and valued. Our votes are a powerful testament to the truth that we are stronger together, that our differences make us stronger, and that we are all united by our shared humanity. Section 10. The Ripple Effect. Small acts, profound impact. It's easy to feel insignificant in the face of the world's complexities. We may wonder if our single vote can truly make a difference. But spirituality teaches us that even the smallest acts of kindness can have a profound impact. Like a pebble tossed into a pond, our actions create ripples that extend far beyond ourselves. When we vote, we are sending a ripple of hope into the world. We are inspiring others to get involved, to raise their voices, to believe that change is possible. We are contributing to a collective awakening, a realization that we are not powerless, that we have the ability to shape our destiny. Never underestimate the power of your single vote. It is a spark that can ignite a movement. Section 11. Towards a world transformed, embracing our shared destiny. We stand at a crossroads in human history. The challenges we face are great, but so too are the opportunities. Spirituality reminds us that we are not passive observers in the unfolding drama of life. We are active participants, co-creators of our collective destiny. The choices we make today will determine the course of our future. Let us choose love over fear, hope over despair, unity over division. Let us step into the voting booth with open hearts and clear minds, guided by the principles of justice, equality, and compassion. Let us cast our votes as prayers for a more peaceful, more just, and more sustainable world. Together, we can create a future where all beings can thrive. Together, we can build a world that reflects the love and light that reside within each and every one of us.